Hello, hello, hello. This is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and these wonderful and amazing people have agreed to join me again to play a silly game on the weekend. And I couldn't be happier. Tonight our character art is done mostly using Hero Forge, although there is one unique and original art piece amongst them for Jason, who is also responsible for bringing that art with them. As for the people playing these amazing characters, let's get to them right away. Uh, Bison Stonefist on Twitch. Tell us about your stuff.
Yeah, that's me on Twitch. You can catch me tomorrow for the last time. I'll be playing Bigford Bark Swipe on the World at Large. That's Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Other than that, you can catch me Tuesdays on 6 p.m. ish. I'll say that on my own Twitch. I play games. Lately it's been Warframe. I might go back to Cyberpunk. I've been playing that a lot lately because they did a whole bunch of stuff that I like, and I haven't watched Edge Runners yet, and I want to. So that's me.
Excellent, thank you. I'm just making notes because I realized I didn't make any before. Next, let's go to Roosbar. Hello. Thanks for coming over. Where can we find you? What are you doing?
Right now I haven't been doing a whole lot of anything. I've been trying to get my stuff all rearranged. So I've got some things I want to do with it for when I'm streaming.
Yep.
But Ruspar, RUSPAR. That's where I'm at.
That's where you're at.
My channel. Most of the time, I'm also found hiding around in the courtroom, hidden in the palms, which is a group of streamers that my buddy down in Florida started up, and his name is Objection, which is he actually got from the Phoenix Wright series.
Okay.
It's spelt a little bit weird, but that's why he calls it the courtroom hidden in the palms.
Nice. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Next. Mana Queen.
Hello.
Hello.
Let's see. Every Wednesday, you can find me over at Wandering Haven Publications. Doing more things like this. Every Wednesday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. So not Pacific, because I'm the outlier here, guys. So 2:30 Eastern, we have a great campaign going on right now. So you can find me over there. I play somebody wildly different than Jason. So if you want to check that, that's great. We also have a very angry orange fairy who looks like a bear and a fox with bright blue glittery wings, who is so special to my heart. So that's a good time over there. And when I'm not there, you can find me over on Twitter. Same name, Mana Queen Games. All right, and I'm over there.
Awesome, thank you. Next. Na 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 Bat Kyle. I can't do it the same every time.
No,
so we're going a little lo-fi today. How you doing?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. As always, I do not stream myself. You can find me at the Bat Kyle on Twitter if you want, but I wouldn't because I don't really post anything. I mod for a lot of different channels. If you're going to find me anywhere, my lovely wife who just posted "Hey goodbye," kind of standard there. Streams at Blaze of Gloriosa, and I am often modding and in the peanut gallery there. Otherwise, you'll find me here on Saturdays till this runs its course, and
then there's something else after that.
Yeah.
Every week you say I don't stream, and you're sitting here on a stream when you say that, and every week I find it funny. Yeah. So thank you.
I'm not streaming. This
you're
is not.
You're not streaming.
Not on his
I see
channel.
how you're drawing. Okay, I see. Valid distinction. Okay, I'm going to take a minute to talk about the channel because I normally don't, but this is kind of a big week. So tomorrow, as mentioned by Bison, is you called it the final episode, which is kind of glossing shit over. You guys finished the adventure last week. The dragon is dead. The king is free. The orb, the scepter is returned to the throne. Convenient timing. We didn't know at the time, but wow, look. And now it's time for the aftermath. So tomorrow night, the characters are going to come in and tell us what happened to them for the rest of their lives. What happened 6 months, a year, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years after the events. of the world at large. So that's going to be, let's face it, that's going to be a tearjerker. Bring your tissues. That one's going to hurt. But I stand behind doing these. I think they're a great way to start the process of moving on to your next character. Give this one the end they deserve. Don't let it finish just standing there up to their ankles in the gore of the dragon. They'll give them the chance to pay themselves off for all that hard work. 45 episodes, so on average 2 hours each, so 90 hours they committed to this game. So they deserve the 2 or more that we're going to give them tomorrow night to talk them through from that. So that's tomorrow. Then Monday, kind of a last second edition this week, and I love those because they're so much more fun. Monday night we are going to do You Awaken in a Strange Place with our very own lore master, art department member, and all-round amazing person in chat, Thunderscape 7. Hello chat, and hello Thunderscape. Running that for us on Mondays. That one's always one of my favorites because you're not allowed to be prepared, and that is my favorite way to show up. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. Then some stuff is happening off camera on Wednesday as well. We're doing a session 0 this week, and the only reason I mentioned it is because a week after that, our Lost Mines of Phandelver game is going to start. I believe it's the 28th is our expected start date right now. We've got a great mix of players, a whole bunch of people, several from Twitter who have not played with us, and we haven't played with them before, so that's really cool. VTuber peeps and comfort levels. I'm not quite sure what I was talking about when you started typing that, but either way, that's going to be a week after that. By the way, yeah, if you want to appear here and you want to be a VTuber, then come on and do it. In fact, Zoom now has built-in features. There's a number of very cute animals you can be. So if you don't want your real face out there, we can put a fake face on you. Yes. So, yeah, well, of course. Oh, now I see what you mean. Yeah. Of course. Yes. No, I understand. And they answered before I got there anyway. So, yes, good point. But that's going to start up next week. Other than that, we've got a new show starting shortly after that as well. So stay tuned. Many, many new shows coming around the bends. You're going to have to book more nights a week to watch if you want to watch it all. But now, let's get to this one. Because you guys are kind of in a unique spot. And I don't mean that just because you're on a space station. That's a holiday destination, and a gambling destination, and a laundry for stolen art money. Oh, on an unlimited expense account from somebody you don't know. But, barring all of that, you're in a unique position because you're on a run, but it doesn't start for 2 days. So you've got 48 hours to do recon, to party a little bit, maybe gather some information, maybe party a bit more. All kinds of options are open, like many parties. But that night, as you go to sleep, each of you was onto a little project. So let's start with those. Moose and Jet, you guys were busy making sure all your gear is functional and making sure everything was up to date. Yeah. Everything that's supposed to be greased is greased. Everything that's supposed to be oiled is oiled. The shipping packing that was up here was really well done. It's absolutely first class. Had diplomatic stickers all over it, so there's no way it was opened up. Money goes a long way. So the two of you find your gear in perfect working order. The other two of you, let's start with feedback. You were just going to have a poke around security, right? Just to sort of see what you were up against?
Just to figure out what I was coming up against.
Yeah, okay. Give me a roll with advantage, because this is just public space stuff.
Yeah.
There's not even any real ice here yet.
We have a 6.
Okay. You cruise into the public site, and the security here is a joke. It's just public level stuff. You bounce through some walls. It's going to be easy getting in. In fact, you figure you can hack security from pretty much any terminal in the entire space station to disable the bio bracelets or whatever else you're going to have to do. It's going to take a short run, but you can do it. There are also you find in there that what they told you at the start of this mission is true. The spindle at the end is absolutely categorically cut off electronically from the rest of the space station, except for power and lights. But there's no electronic communication. So they're right. You are going to have to go in to hack it.
Yeah, I can't really get through that way.
No, not enough bandwidth on the light, on the power. I'll give you that with your success too. Yeah, you're going to have to get in there, is what you figure out.
He's a little disappointed.
Well, you can't get in.
There's nothing more fun than a deck run from a first class bathtub.
Yeah. Until you drop your deck in the water.
Yeah. Well, no, that's for my brain.
Yeah.
Get all melty.
You forget.
The ice is for my brain.
Okay.
It's electrifying.
Jason, you're trying to reverse engineer these bracelets, right?
Yes, he
So
is.
give me a roll with advantage, please. 3 dice.
Okay. 3 dice. I know my dice are right here.
These of 6s.
Oh god. There's a ton of 6s in here. Only 3. Sad. I have so much more.
I've got tons of dice. You only
I
want me
have
to throw
tons of dices. Oh, that's a 1, a 2, and a 3.
A 1, a 2, and a 3. No, okay.
Yeah.
You
Maybe I'm just gonna these are just
you
gonna
can't
go away.
find a way into the one that you're wearing that won't damage it. So you can make one that
Okay.
looks just like it, but there's no way you can get the guts or the
Yeah.
information across.
Okay.
You try all night, but it's just nope.
Man.
Maybe ask Jet for help. He likes to screw with things.
I mean, they're all staying in like the same suite but different bedrooms, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like so Jason would be doing this like out in the like
Well,
common area.
you've got there's because
Like,
no,
yeah.
sorry, on your own there's if I remember there was one floor,
Each penthouse.
There was a
and then
foyer,
you guys
and
had the
then
four
each-
the four
we had our
penthouses
own-
upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay. So is there like the common areas or just a foyer?
Yeah, common areas downstairs. So, like,
Yeah.
it's-
Okay. Yeah. So Jason's in the common area. He doesn't really
He sits down at the
sleep
table. and starts
either.
taking
Yeah.
this
Like
thing
he doesn't
apart.
really sleep. So
Yeah.
like he just chills. So he's doing that. So
Well, if Jet
anybody
does
sees him
notice,
struggling,
Yeah, when you come down in the
Feel
morning,
for it.
Jet. Yeah, let's do that.
yeah,
That's a nice
Jet will
way
be
to
like,
pass
oh,
the
here,
day.
let me
Give her a
try
go.
and give you a little hand here.
3 dice.
Yeah.
6 dice
Oh,
between
yeah.
the two of you. You gotta be able to do this.
don't jinx it.
6, 5, and 6.
Oh, that's
Okay.
2 6s. That is a critical.
That's a
success.
crit.
You 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 learn how to clone them. So like it's a perfect clone, except even better. You figure out how to get yours off so that you can put on the fake ones that Jason made that don't work. But you can you figure out how to get yours off and still function and still send a signal.
Very
So
nice.
You can just like leave it in your room and it will look like you stayed in your room all day.
Yep.
Put it on the Roomba and it looked like you're really tense.
I mean, Roomba or one of the little drones.
Yeah.
throw it in the pool.
Hasn't
Little
moved in
floating.
6 hours. Should we send somebody? No, I just drained his bank account.
No, it'll
Little
just it'll be set
Roomba.
to be on the bed for a while.
Yeah.
The remote will be set to change channels sporadically.
Oh yeah, that's all.
The drone will
easy.
get up and head to the bathroom and then come back after a few minutes.
That's
and-
just programming
Perfect.
the tablet. That's not even hacking, right? That's just a
Yeah,
tablet
that's
that comes with
just-
the room.
Yeah.
Siri.
Little hard light hologram doing all the
Siri,
shit.
reminder to watch this. Siri, reminder to watch this. Siri, turn on the vibrating bed for 7 minutes.
That's oddly specific. Huh?
Anyway, I knew I should have stopped, but I didn't. Now I'm okay with that. To be honest,
We're all adults here. We may not act like it.
not on. Well, yeah, legally,
Yeah.
I have identification that says so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, between the
Government
two
thinks
of you,
so,
you
so.
figure out what we would call a hack, but that actually didn't involve hacking in either case. It was actually engineering in both cases. So yeah,
It's a kludge.
Collect,
Yeah.
yes. A bodge, yeah, a bodge job. But you figure it out, and it works. So
Awesome
that's
sauce.
the information you get first thing in the morning, and then you guys, I don't know, do you order to your rooms or to the common area?
Jet's gonna start exploring.
Okay.
So he's gonna go down to a restaurant very slowly.
Yeah.
Look around a lot.
Basically,
Maybe-
the bottom 2 floors of this huge hotel are all various restaurants, bars, lounges. It appeals. There's a little bit of everything here. Their idea is to appeal to the masses, is to appeal to every niche. Right? They've got the space.
Yeah, no, Jet's skipping that too.
Okay.
Like he's actually going out
Okay. Yep.
to, and
Start
he's
cruising the
gonna
city.
travel for a while, cruise the city.
So technically, recon.
Technically recon.
Okay, you're on the
Of
job.
course, stopping for a margarita here,
Oh, yeah,
or
you
know,
got to fit in. I mean,
yeah, massage and happy ending there. Whatever.
It's a pleasure palace, man. It's
You
a
gotta
yeah.
treat
I
yourself.
almost called it hedonism 12. I almost did.
Nice.
But Infinity and Beyond was funnier. So yeah.
Are there? I'm
yes.
wondering. Are there like
Probably.
teenage lifers, like people that actually live here full time?
Yes.
They're called employees.
Maybe
Those-
not
those are
necessarily
mostly
an
contract
employee.
people.
Yeah.
But the management level people would certainly all live here first time.
Oh, he's
spindle
talking
is
about
certainly
like
full-time.
the
Like,
casino ladies,
Yes. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
slot machine ladies.
Oh,
those,
professional
those
gamblers?
lifers.
Yes. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of them here. Absolutely. If that's what you're looking
I'm
Professional
wondering if
resort
there's
people.
anybody like really like the teenage level, like their parents do something here and
Yeah.
they're just living on the station
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of thing.
Oh yeah, the rich kids. Yes.
Yeah.
Spoiled rich kids
Cool.
everywhere. Actually, I
Wild
mentioned
rich
it last
kids.
time. You can tell most of them because they are they're the ones with those digitized tans, like the tans printed on
Yeah.
almost. And in places it's
Mhm.
darker than in other places. It's the essential it's
You
essentially
can
look-
see the pixels. You
I'm
can tell
looking
it's fake
for
or
and
it's
it's
fake.
intentional,
maybe
right?
of
It's,
lower station.
okay.
He's talking about the kids of employees that
more
live
working
on the
class folks.
station.
Yeah, they're
Working
Yeah.
good,
class
yeah.
kids.
You're gonna
Second
have to go looking
generation
for them, but yeah.
employees.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that aren't old enough to work yet, they just
Yeah.
kind of hang around and do shit. Maybe, like
Too young to work in a
I'm gonna
casino.
go-
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna go and find like one of those kids, somewhere around 14, 15 years old kind of thing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give them a couple hundred credits and say, carry this with you and give them my working bracelet in replace
Okay.
of the
I gotcha. Yeah.
go do your things.
How much do you give them?
I'm gonna give them 500 credits.
Okay. That's gonna definitely get you advantage, but we're gonna come back to you. Don't roll right yet. I want to do all of this at once. Jason.
Yes.
What? Huh? Oh yeah, you fixed that. Cool. What do you do now?
Okay. So Jason doesn't really eat, right? And he doesn't
Yep.
really have need for that. So he's gonna go and like there are those people. I mean, there are people who have to upkeep things, right? There are the maintenance people, the tech people.
Yeah.
Assuming there's other like holograms and things like that too around, because why wouldn't there be,
Yeah.
right? He's gonna go find where like they go and what they're doing. And he's gonna make it like he'll do it. So like he'll like stop and gamble a little bit here, stop and gamble a little bit there, but he's like watching where they're going to see the places where they're not supposed to go, right? Like
Absolutely.
where the access points, right?
I love it.
That's kind of what he's doing.
Oh, I got a whole scene. Yep, beautiful. All right, feedback. What are you doing?
Feedback is going to start his morning with what I like to call a night city breakfast, which is scrambled eggs and ramen.
Okay, yeah, I thought you were gonna
Oh,
say
And it's
Cool.
not actually egg; it's egg.
Egg substitute.
Yeah,
egg.
egg-ish. Egg with a question mark.
We used to call it
EGGZ
yeah.
Yeah.
eggs.
When I
Yeah.
lived, we used to call
Yep.
it the Banff breakfast, which was warm flat beer and cold pizza.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's the Breakfast of Champions
Yeah.
core. And once that's done, he's going to kind of do the same, but instead of looking for people, he's looking for not necessarily access points, but he's looking for network infrastructure.
Okay.
Things that are, because he knows that there's not going to be much going to the spindle, but there's going to be stuff around the spindle that's related.
Yep. Okay.
Like what have you, security, shit like that.
Oh, hey, look. Breakfast.
All right, let's do this in the order that we.
I got one of those too.
Literally the exact same one.
Yeah.
Corpo chairs, generation employees. Yeah. Okay. All right. Jet. Let's start with you. You just general recon, like getting the layout of the land.
Yep, generally
Okay.
recon, getting the lay of the land, maybe keeping an eye out for, all the little systems tucked away that they've, got to have, but want to disguise, like the Wi-Fi towers disguised as trees we have out here in Arizona.
Oh, did they bother? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they actually bothered.
Yeah.
All of
I
that.
know it's a Wi-Fi tower because there's no trees in Arizona. It's all dead.
Actually, there
It's
are a lot
some
of
sort of structure.
palm trees here for some reason. A
They're-
lot of palm trees.
They're
All the
standing
same
in the
reason why
desert
there's
waiting
palm
for
trees
the
in
water to come
friggin'
back.
Nevada.
It's coming.
Yeah.
I believe. I
I
believe.
believe one day.
Why is my head humming? It must be the wireless. Anyway, you find a number of things. It's like being in a casino, right? You can see it's designed to just get you to go into doors. It's designed to never let you see a clock. It's designed to, there's no dawn, daylight, and dusk. It's just lights and off, right? It's just, this whole place is just designed to milk all your money. But when you start looking around, you have been informed that those are native plants.
Native to desert, but not native to Arizona.
Well, apparently, I don't know. Either way, I'm not getting involved in that. But I heard that laugh from all the way in the background.
Yep.
But yes, you find a number of things. There is there's all this, but you can see, like when you learn to look where you're not supposed to look, it's like learning how to see through magic. It's like,
Yep.
oh, they want me to go there. Why don't they want me to go? Oh, look, there's one of those very, sort of boring gray doors that you tend to overlook. So you could get into staff places and hallways and spaces like that. As you move out from the center, those hidden spaces are still there, but they move out into more of a like where workers are going to be living. So you can see that there's instead of being a door there's a whole gate, right? And you can see that there's sort of a space that there's conveniently spaced walls and palm trees up to block your view of anything beyond this. But you think about it, there's enough room for a whole neighborhood back there, and the whole.
But we
place
can't
is like
actually
that.
see that the poor people live
That's right. Yes.
outside of our
I'm getting my
existence.
inspiration so much from the Banff
Oh,
Springs
and on the
Hotel.
door,
Yeah.
on the door is a sign that says "Alarm will sound if
Yes.
opened."
Yes.
But you can
Yeah.
watch. You sit over the course of a day and watch like a dozen people walk through it, and nothing happens.
Yeah. And there's no latch on this side. There's just like a key, or not even a keypad, just a little thing that they have to scan. Yeah, you should never see staff. But anyway, they're exactly the poor people, villages, and as you get closer and closer to this spindle, you can see at the end of the last road, the last round road. You can look up, and it's like I was thinking today. It's kind of like being in a milk truck. The containers with milk in them. They're a tube, but they're sort of just convex at both ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're standing at the bottom of that convex, and it's a kilometer up, so 0.6 miles up to the center of it. But you can see this last row of houses has got sort of sky painted on the wall behind it, and it's clearly designed to not to tell. It's everything about this screams end.
Yep.
You can walk all the way around. It's like was it 6.5, almost 7 kilometers around. So 4 miles all the way around this circle, and you have to really, really look until finally you realize that a couple of these faux pillars that are separating these big fancy houses at this end are not pillars. They're actually doors. You see somebody open one and come out, and it closes.
Okay.
So there is a way to get past the last facade and do that very workaday stuff before the spindle.
All right. Well, I will let's see. At that point, then I'll probably, if I can find a solid reason to linger a little bit, just to see if somebody goes in and uses a key card, or what happens when they try to go in. Sit at the low end cantina that's still probably better than anything that's on Earth right now.
Well, actually, this last row here, I mean, everything up here is better than anything that's even the street meat is imported. There's no streets up here. Well, there's nothing to run anything over up here. It's all vehicle traffic's basically banned. But you see, I have to stop looking at chat. I'm going to get sucked into that argument. It's not an argument; it's a discussion. It's just, anyway, that last one around, you kind of you find this. It's really nice houses again. It's like these big sort of. I'm imagining that sort of Spanish terraced white houses with the red clay roofs. Okay, it looks like that, right? And it uses that to just block the view of everything beyond. So you can see that, and you see two tradespeople. They look out of place here because everybody else here is rich. So you're right across the street from that, and what is a very nice cantina. So there's very nice beer with very nice imported lime in it. And cinnamon and sugar pastry treats. Those are good. Oh, never mind. That's
Are you getting hungry, Kevin?
I'm actually mentioned it. But yes, you get close, or you're sitting there watching, and these two tradespeople come up, and between them, they're lugging this big box. And they get to the thing, and one of them pulls out his phone and blah, 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 puts the phone away, and then and they go in, and it closes behind them.
Okay, so it's not key card activated. Security has to let you in. That's going to be a thing. All right.
Okay. Well, see, no, that's sort of level of like honesty and transparent. No, transparency is probably not the right word. We're talking about not wearing pants. But here's the game for the rest of the night.
Now I want to take a toll of who's wearing pants.
See, this is where I was going. At least one of the players tonight is not wearing pants. The game for the rest of the night is to figure out who that player is. Nobody's allowed to stand up. Nobody's allowed to stand up. Break the game. Okay. Good. So that's good for you. You figured out how you get in, but it's not going to be quite as easy as stealing a pass card, right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Next, Moose. Going to find the local kids. Yeah, you've worked security before, so again, you know how to find these back doors to places, and you find kind of the one of these doors to these neighborhoods, and just kind of hang out for a second, and then a couple minutes. It doesn't take long before like 4 of them pour out of one of these doors, just shit-faced drunk. It's been daylight for maybe 20 minutes, and the light here, like I said, doesn't come up. It just goes bam. It's daylight. So they've probably been out all night, and they come rolling out, just pushing each other, and they're not supposed to be out here clearly, but you can see the 4 of them.
I'm gonna abort that.
Okay.
I'm gonna abort that plan.
Okay.
Abort.
I don't. That's not like, it's kind of the type that I was looking for, but not ones that are gonna be like descended upon by security fairly soon.
How about be quick and how about be quick and try and get through the door behind them before they closes.
No, you know what? I'm just gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna change my.
Okay, what's the plan? The new plan.
I'm gonna look for like a spot at one of the pools somewhere.
Yeah.
And just like stash it under one of the lounge chairs. Those
Okay.
are places nobody ever looks.
Yeah.
There's little cracks in those things. Every little spaces you could lose a cell phone in.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. I'll find a place, like lie in the chair somewhere and just kind of like reach
Yeah.
behind me and stick it in
Give
a.
me. Are you stealthy in any way, shape, or form?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've got
You
the
have the 3 dice sort of stealthy.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me 3 dice. We're gonna do. They
Ooh.
don't. This doesn't technically work in this game, but we're gonna do an opposed roll, just for.
Yeah, I'm
story.
calling outlaw. Well,
Yep,
maybe using
yep,
because it's
Absolutely. You've been
to
busted by
avoid
the cops.
detection.
Yep.
A detection or captured by the law.
Yep.
I'll call that security and anybody
Yep.
that would be watching.
Okay, go ahead.
It's
Give us
dark,
3 dice.
so I can't see my dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 4, 3.
1, 4, 3. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. You. It's okay. You know, you shove it down there, and one of the servers cruises past and kind of looks down at you, and comes over with a tray, like just those. The tray of test tubes, but they're shooters.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like 50 of them on there. And they kind of slide up next to you and say, "Hey, freebies on the house." And they hold on. There's like just rainbow colors, and some of them are smoking and steaming. She makes no attempt to explain them at all. Just holds them out like, "Do you want one or many?"
Yeah, I'll grab like 2 blue ones and then like slaughter a really generous tip.
Okay. And at that, she looks at the tip and says, "Oh, 10 times that much, and I can make that thing go for a walk. But you know they're going to bust you, right?"
Yeah, all right. Slaughter another.
A bunch more money.
Add a 0 to the.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally not worth marking on your sheets. The amount of money you guys have got, you could give her 1,000 credits, and it's like, yeah, whatever. It's not.
Yeah,
worth marking on.
I'm gonna do double what she's saying.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, you give her
Not
a
my once again.
ludicrous
It's
amount
not
of
my
money.
money.
Yeah.
This will
She,
cover the interest on the loan.
Not that I take
she kinda
another test tube out of it.
Yeah. She take, how they're like in trays of 10. She just
Yeah.
takes a full tray of 10 that you haven't touched yet and just puts them down next to you. And she says, "I suggest
cool.
doing those in order from this end," and then turns to walk away. And you see as she walks away, she makes you look like a fucking amateur. She cruises by drunk, sunburned pool boy who's like the rich guy who's already here. He's there. He's got his stuff on 4 different loungers. Right, he's that guy. He's holding loungers for the rest of his family.
Acts like he lives there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just like he owns the place. And she just cruises past and drops it right in the back pocket of his baggy ass orange out of style OP shorts. So wherever he goes, it's going. And then you can see her kind of walking away like, easiest money ever.
and I'll just kick back and start taking those drinks.
Yep. You got 12 drinks now. You've had 13. You took 3, so and there's a row of 10.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna take my time with them. I'm not here to get plastered.
Good start for Moose.
Yeah.
Great start.
Moose has seen recent Hulk ad. If I get my skin tattooed entirely green, I can drink all of these at once.
Dude, this is like an afternoon freaking
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got 2 days. So
dessert.
Yeah. Yep. You're at a hotel. Let me paint this picture for you too, because you're on a lounger at a pool at a hotel that you're not registered at. Drinking drinks nobody's paid for. Committing crimes all over the place with the staff. And it's not even noon on the first day you're here. I like your style. Moose's afternoon
Great
delight.
start.
Space Vegas, baby.
Oh, that's 2 happy endings. Wait a minute. Whoops.
What happens in beyond stays in beyond.
Yeah.
This is like
Except for the
Shore
diseases,
like-
they come home with you.
Surely.
Yeah, this
That's
is just like
it.
back in the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is like shore leaving the fanciest place in the world, man.
Yeah.
You never
Moose
shore
is
leaved in a
E3
place that
again.
didn't. Yeah. It's amazing.
This tray of drinks, me and my buddies in the past
Yes.
taken care of in 20 minutes. You know?
Yeah, so you're thoughtful drinking. I'm stealing a word from
Yeah.
chat. You're thoughtful drinking, but with 13 drinks in front of you, and apparently more every time she walks past, she's like holding out another tray. Like, you want another one? You know, another one. And you become very popular with a lot of people hanging out. A lot of people that you realize are kind of the people you were looking for. These
Yeah.
aren't the kids of the people that work here. These are the kids of the people that live here because they're that fucking rich. They can't afford to live where you're staying, but this is still a four-star hotel, right? And they get to be out because they're the kids of the people that stay here. So they start to gather around you because they've all been cut off. Their parents have cut them off, and the bar won't serve them free drinks. So you're suddenly very popular. So now you have your crowd. Snowbird chicks, yeah, yeah. Except these snowbirds are never coming home. Yeah, there you go. What are you doing now that you got this group of highly informed locals?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna just start having conversations with them. Shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Asking questions about this and that and the working things and
trays of
where I
shooters
can
just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Just keep showing up.
We get as much information as I can without it seeming like I'm trying to.
Absolutely. They get shit-faced in a heartbeat, and you get advantage on this roll for sure.
Start telling old war stories
Yeah.
that you really just remember from like movies you watched.
That and they're like 18, so they're
life.
telling you like, when I was a child, it's like, you're 18, you're still a fucking child.
Yeah. When I was a kid,
you've never worked a day in your life. You have lightweight, tables full of
Snowbird
lightweight.
chicks are featherweights.
Some more drinks, players.
What did you roll?
1, 2, 2.
1, 2, 2. Okay, it's not a critical fail. They're just like, we don't want to talk about that. Where are you from? You look really tough. Want to wrestle?
Sure. Throw a suplex one of them right into the pool.
Practically an old man. Give me it's melee, and they're not. Give me an advantage roll. You want to like suplex them into the pool? Okay. The only way this goes wrong is if you fail, you'll like they might crack their skull on the side of the pool. But yeah, go. Just because you failed so much tonight already.
Hold on.
So let's make it fun.
You know what?
Give it a streak.
I'm gonna grab 3 of my dice that actually are showing 6s right now.
No, don't do that. That's exactly the ones you don't want.
Don't
You're already burned
Grab
out.
the ones.
It's a trap.
There are none.
Don't take the ones either because they're programmed.
They're all sitting 5s and 6s right now. So
no, man. No, you want to grab your 3s.
They've been sitting like that all week so that they would land that way when I rolled them this week.
Yeah. They settled.
Dude,
you had cheap dice.
Dude, 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, you just stand up, flip around, and like back slam.
The biggest one.
Like you know, belly flop. Or this is a back flop. Like he lands so hard, he almost stops. It's just and then does the coyote sink under the water? Yeah,
I can see him doing a standing suplex. It's just with that long, drawn out pause.
Oh yeah, and onto one of the lounges. So he's like, boom, you just end up on the lounge, but he goes over the back of the lounge and into the pool. So she's like, boom, and he's gone, and you're sitting there with a drink in your hand. There's a hellacious splash behind you. His buddies start to laugh, and they're toasting each other with your drinks. And it's just like, oh, that's the most amazing shit ever. Yeah. I have to interrupt with a personal experience. I was at a place called Radium Hot Springs. They got a hot springs and a cold pool. The cold pool is an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and it's on the ground floor. 2 floors up from that, there is a balcony that goes almost all the way around it. We were just walking into the open area around that pool, and members of the fine and wondrous Canadian Armed Forces had been in for a swim that day and were on their way back to their buses. And one of them decided he wanted one more dip. So he came off the balcony from about 30 feet up in the air into the pool in full gear, full camouflage, the hat, the boots, the belt.
He lost a bet.
into the water he goes,
Guaranteed.
comes out of the end of the pool, runs to the fence, jumps over the fence, and runs away, clearly thinking he's going to get away with this. That was my favorite part. It's like, I got away free. They'll never know it was me. Yes. Defending our country. Yeah, there you go. Finest of the fine. You know what? I don't lost a bet or not. 30 feet.
He's a colonel now, I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Actually, he probably is. Given I was a teenager at the time, so yeah, he'd be almost retired by now. Anyway, back to this foolishness. Just to say that foolishness happens in real life. But he didn't get thrown off. He jumped of his own accord. You just flung this kid in the pool, and the way his buddies are talking, like they're like best ever. It's like this kid gets flung a lot of places a lot of times, and this is the best one that they've ever seen.
Oh, there goes Jimmy again.
Yeah, it's like Kenny dying every episode. But every 3 days, somebody throws him off of something. It's fucking awesome.
That's the problem. You live in a place with variable gravity. You find the low spots and have fun.
And
So he's
That's the
swimming around
best
in the pool.
landing he's ever had.
Yeah. Yeah. So, because he's trying to get out. Like he's actually, the lifeguards are having to help him because he's gone into spasm from hitting so hard. He's just floating in the water. They're taking him like a barge to the side to take him out. They're seriously checking to see if his back's broken, but no, it's as they pull him out, it's all one big red welt.
Feedback's at the north end of the station. What was that sound?
Yeah. Crack. Yeah, it sounds like glass breaking. It hits so hard. Anyway, yeah. With that, the remaining ones turn to you and start spilling their guts. What did you want to know?
I want to know if they have a way of, getting in and out of those doors that, because it seems like they're not necessarily supposed to be coming and going all the time.
Yeah.
How do you guys, get around all that shit? Like,
Holds up.
Is there a way that
He holds up his bio bracelet. It's all about access, man.
There we go.
That'll get you through everywhere but the final wall.
Final wall?
At each end, there's like haciendas, I think they're called, and beyond that, there's like where you came in at the South Pole. That's where the space the everybody come to dock, and at the north end is
Yeah. All right. How would I go about getting myself that God access that you've got?
That's. He starts grinning. He says, I mean, I can't take this off, but yeah, I can't take this off. But you want access?
Yeah, it would be
Good are
cool
you?
to not have to worry about it.
How good are you in a hang glider?
I've done a couple. It's a drink, right?
No, like
I'm just joking.
I'm hanging from a glider. I'm gonna die. Fly like that kind of hang glider.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Sure, you have. You thought it was a drink.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. But they rent them at the, just below the South Pole where you guys came in, up by the velodrome, by the bike loop, like the 0G bike loop, or almost 0G bike loop. Yeah, they rent them there. You could stay in the air for hours, and if you were really good, I mean, it's super low gravity up high, you might be able to make it all the way. And he points from the south end to the north end. And you notice that the locals, like their eyes just kind of bounce off when they get to the north end of the area of the space station.
Yeah.
So they give you that. You could try and get in beyond the wall, hang gliding.
Sweet. Sounds like fun.
Other than that, he says, there's like, he keeps looking down at his wristband. My dad would have to pay like 100,000 credits if I lose this again. He'd be pissed at me. I would be grounded for like a week. So,
Aren't you
this
already
guy's like
grounded?
22, 23, 24 years
Oh
old,
my
right? Like
God.
this is
A
like
whole week.
spoiled rotten kid. And he's, I'm not asking for 100K because that's his problem. But a week locked in my bedroom with only high-speed internet is gonna suck. How much is that worth to me? And he realizes he hasn't got that right, but he doesn't know like what to say, so he just stops.
Let's see.
You are watching somebody
Oh.
bargain for the very first time in their life.
Yeah. Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, what is a week stay in this place cost?
I have no idea. You'd have to ask my dad.
Yeah, well, I'll slot him like 10 grand.
He pulls out his phone and starts doing what appears to be like calculus. Like he just keeps pushing buttons and pushing buttons and pushing buttons, and he's like, 3,942 drinks. Cool. Yeah, I will absolutely do a week in my room for 3,942 drinks, man. You are on.
Better be smart about this. If you get us both caught, I'm coming for you.
No, my dad hates talking to me. I don't know why.
I can imagine why. You seem really cool. Yeah, just don't blow it all at
almost
once.
screws it up because you just hear him. He's watching you just take this kid for a ride.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's a ton of money. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
yeah. I
grounded.
literally don't care.
Yeah.
Just don't go spending it all at once, all in one place. Take it easy. Go someplace you've wanted to, but don't party stupid. Okay, just do that for me, because like I said, I don't want to have to come for you.
3,242 drinks. That's got to be at least. He gets out the calculator again, and you can see he's trying to figure out how many nights that is at his current possible limit, and like he's going to be here for hours.
Yeah. Go take your buddies.
Yeah.
Go take your buddies and go have some fun somewhere. Don't get in trouble while you're doing it.
And he slides the bracelet off and hands it to, because you can, he can. And he hands it to you. So there you go.
I'll slide on my dummy one. This is so you don't get caught so quick.
Like, cool. And yeah, I'm gonna tell you, you're a pro. He thinks that the one you gave him works.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, cool. Now I'm not gonna get busted. Oh, that's awesome, man. Thanks. Whose is this? It's like yours. It's gonna be weird to explain how you're in my house.
Don't worry about that.
Oh, and he looks down at his calculator. Oh, I'm gonna have to start over. I forgot where he was. 3,242 drinks divided by plus 3 days off per month.
He's like, do me a favor. Go use that. Go get a room. Hide for a couple of days. Don't go home for 2 days at least. Just tell your dad you won something or some shit, and you're gonna be back in 3 days.
Well, my dad doesn't care. He actually likes it when I don't come home. I don't know why.
Cool. Don't stay out for at least 3 days. Don't get in any trouble with the fucking security, and we're good.
He stage whispers to his buddies, "Party at the Lincoln," and they all get up and storm off, heading to some place called the Lincoln.
There you go.
So apparently you're going to be seen in the, according to the security, you're off partying with 20-something-year-old locals. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yep. And off they go.
Grab
Oh,
him a
that was
box
fun.
of beetles and tell him to have fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, he's gonna.
I
Get
know they're
so
gonna get
busted.
they're gonna get in trouble so quick, but I mean,
Yeah,
like,
Just
You'll
let's
be
do
lucky
let's
if
do just a very brief side. I'm not going to play it all out, but when the cops show up to bust him, because he doesn't have a functioning bracelet on, his friends do the cockroach. Like but the cop walks
Oh,
through
yeah.
and they kind of all go, and by the time their heads come back, they're all gone, and he's sitting at the table by himself. Oh, what's
It's
going
the
on? Where'd
fuzz
you guys
scatter.
go? And the
Oh,
cops
it's-
grab him. Yeah.
cheese
and
it.
I'm gonna be well and truly long gone.
Oh yeah, you are.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is yeah.
As soon as they
Absolutely.
left, I left too in the opposite direction.
Absolutely. Yeah. and a couple of the less fortunate people just descend on the table. There's still like 30 shots sitting on that table where you guys were.
Oh,
They
yeah.
grabbed as many as they could on the way out, but their fingers are full. So yeah, there's a couple left, and the people, yeah, some of the other locals that weren't involved in the conversation are just pounding your shots in the background,
And then I'll
including the guy with your bracelet in his ass pocket. So yeah.
that's cool. So as soon as I leave the property, I'm gonna be getting in touch with everybody else. We're like, yeah, we're gonna need to roll.
Okay. Did you want to time that so that happened just before your run? Because you
Yeah.
guys have got 2 days, so yeah, we got to roll now. This is probably not
Yeah.
part of the plan. So okay, perfect. Yeah, we got like
Yeah, that was like near the end of my go
the
time.
end of your 2 days. It took a while because you missed a lot of people and you didn't like that first group, which was
Yeah.
probably a good call. This one was way funnier. So thank you. So let's move on. Jason,
Yes.
you wanted to go find hollows because you're absolutely right. The classy places have got holograms, hardlight holograms as staff, right?
Mhm.
They don't need
Yeah.
raises. I mean, you're sentient, so you get paid, but there's a lot of things you don't need, right? You don't need to
Yeah.
feed you. Don't
Yeah.
need to. You can work 24 hours if all that
Yeah,
stuff.
just need a place to recharge temporarily
Yeah,
sometimes.
every night. Yeah. So with that, it's easy to find them. There's literally on your as you come, the servants on your floor, the staff on your floor waiting at your beck and call are all
Yes.
hard light. So you come popping out, and what do you do?
Perfect. So Jason's just at first gonna kind of like take note of them, see like how they present themselves and the way that they're dressed,
Yeah.
right? Do they
Uniform.
all look different? Do they
Yes.
all weirdly look a little bit similar though? Because
No,
like
the-
Jason wouldn't put it past them to have like very similar looking hard light hollow.
The uniforms are absolutely identical, but they're of
Okay.
course perfectly tailored because why wouldn't you?
Okay.
You're projecting
Yes.
your uniform, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. They all look different. They do all look different as like faces and body structures. They're all individuals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So he is going to, he's not looking for your maitre d's. He's not looking
Yep.
for your desk people. He's looking for the hollow hard lights that are in charge of, hey, this machine broke.
Yeah.
I need you to come
maintenance.
fix, like that type
Absolutely.
of,
Yep.
like the maintenance hollow hard lights,
Yep.
right? He's looking for them
Yeah. You
because
find
he's
2 of
also
them.
an engineer.
You find 2 of them at a machine, a food dispensing machine, working on it.
Okay.
You can
Cool.
tell you can tell that they're maintenance because they have the same uniform, but it's a one-piece overall,
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
and they're also
He
cleaning
doesn't approach
nozzles
them
with
like
pipe cleaner of the soup
Perfect. So
machine.
he doesn't approach them right away. He kind of does like a little bit of a lap. He'll pop into not a bathroom because it'd be weird for a hollow hard light
Yeah,
to be going
wouldn't make
into a
any sense,
bathroom.
yeah.
That's suspicious.
Yeah.
But he'll kind of like pop around a corner, zip in, zip back out, and
Yeah.
he's dressed in this like jumpsuit, right? That
Okay,
like
that looks like
similar
them.
color
Like the
jumpsuit.
maintenance.
Yeah, that looks
Okay.
like them.
Okay.
He's changed himself a little bit, not a ton, because he's not.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fine at it, but like he doesn't like not looking like himself. So like his eyes are a little less intense. His hair is probably a little bit more mousy than it is
Yeah.
dark, right? But like other than that, and he'll kind of go up to them and just offer assistance, right?
Yeah.
What's happening? Do you need help?
As you
try
walk
to
up,
try to get the in.
as you walk up, one of them's taller than the other one. The tall one is very clean cut, looks military.
Right.
The other one's fairly like really short hair, except for right here. There's like this cluster of dreadlocks that falls down the back
Okay.
of their back.
Okay.
And he's eating a sandwich that he's taken from the machine. And the tall military guy's looking down at him going, "You can't eat those. Those are for the guests. What are you doing?" And he, at the same time, he's got this, like, he's cleaning in the nozzle. And the other guy says, "You're using the wrong cleaner. But shut up. I'm eating this. Oh, this is terrible." And he's eating the sandwich as you cruise up. And they're like, "We got this, thanks." The military guy. Military looking.
Okay.
"We got this, thanks. Who sent you?"
Jason is going to, oh man, who sent him? Oh boy. Jason just kind of blinks a little bit, and
the other guy punches him in the shoulder and says, "Who the fuck do you think sent him?"
yeah,
Like,
Jason will just be like, "Headquarters." Like, like whatever they're,
Blink,
yeah.
just the slow blink.
Yeah, just like the slow blink of like, "You're questioning me right now."
Yeah.
I was sent to check on the status of this machine.
The guy eating
And
the
he'll look
sandwich.
at the guy who's kind of eating the sandwich like,
Yeah. Yeah, and you realize this is a hard light hologram eating a sandwich. This is deliberate asshole, right? He's not gaining any sustenance from this. He's crushing a sandwich in his hard light holographic face and storing it inside his hard light holographic body. He's just being a dick.
Yeah.
He pulls out a holographic cigarette and lights it, and holographic smoke comes off of it, and he's nobody voluntarily works with him. So why are you here? And he blows
Because
holographic smoke in your face that has nothing, like no effect. Yeah.
Because Jason's gonna say, because nobody voluntarily works with him for a reason. Is everything okay?
No, I'm working with him.
Jason will look and be like, "You can go." Just like try to take this.
But don't be. But you're not in permission. And the short guy just reaches around the back, really subtly, just reaches around the back, and you see him kind of reaching and the military guy stops talking, and now all of a sudden he's just this tiny little egg floating in
He's
space.
the ball.
Yep. And you can just hear it. The guy grabs it, puts it in his pocket, and does up the Velcro.
Yeah.
Take it under the machine.
Yeah. No, it can float. So unfortunately, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Jason will say, "I'm here to assist you finishing the job," and then we have been called to the head.
To the bathroom.
Wait, remind my out of character brain. The head is a physical location, right?
The museum in the spindle.
The museum. I'm sorry.
has a
Yes.
head
Okay.
crack, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Sorry. Not the head. To the museum.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was my own out of character fault.
No problem.
Okay, yes.
Museum of what? There's like the Museum of Gambling History, Museum of Restaurant History, Museum of Space History.
Jason's just again slow blinks, just like great.
Yeah.
In his head, he's like, out of all the teams I could have picked, I picked these two guys. Right. He'll say, "I'm here to assist you to finish." Then we are called to the spindle. There is a large job that is a requirement of several different hands.
We're not allowed in the spindle. That's like in the contract.
Slow blink. Just like this slow blink. Jason is
His
just
pockets
like
going.
Jason will kind of, you can see the calculations, and Jason will hold out his hand for like the bracelet type of thing, right? Because that's where their currency is, right?
Yep.
Jason transfers 20,000 credits to him and he says, "We're called to the spindle."
He looks down at that and says, "For that, you're called to the spindle. How you getting in?"
With your assistance. Like Jason is just like, "You will help me get in."
Okay.
There's no question about it.
Here's what I can do without committing a felony. And that's a nice amount of money, but it's not a felony amount of money. And all of a sudden you realize
much
this
is a
guy's not
felony
quite
amount
as
of money?
stupid as he sounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, here's what I'll give you for this. There are essentially 5 ways into the spindle. There's the elevator, but it's guarded bottom and top. And it opens up into a massive room full of guards and machine guns and lasers and all that good shit. That's where all the tradespeople go. All the tradespeople. I think there's been 12 this month total. But that's the way everybody official gets in. Hardly anybody ever uses it, and there is no way you're getting in unless you're supposed to be there. But there's also 3 staircases equally spaced around the perimeter. This guy's just starting to sound more just smarter and smarter as you roll along.
Yeah.
They're equally spaced. They start off as staircases, but of course, as the gravity gets lower, they turn into ladders as you get to the top. Mind the switch. When you go from one to the other, it can be a little shocking. But those are guarded at the bottom only by a fence and an electronic lock. At the top, I don't know. I've never been up. And then there's the snake. It's the power cords. It runs up the wall and writhes as it goes because I don't know. It's just stuck to the wall. It's ugly as shit, but you can't see it from this side of the haciendas. You could, I guess, try and climb up that. It's not guarded top or bottom as far as I know. But it would mean
Jason?
climbing from 1G up to 0G on a cluster of cables about that big around.
So Jason is just like, he's not like some hard lights are better at displaying emotion. Jason's absolutely terrible at it. He's just very blank faced the entire time. And he kind of looks at the machine like that this guy is fixing.
Yeah.
Looks at the guy, looks at the machine, looks at the guy. Thank you for your assistance. And he'll transfer another 20 before walking away. That's it. That's all he wanted.
Cool. That's not telling anybody kind of money. And he turns around and walks away in the other direction.
Pretty much. That's the thanks for your information. Shut the hell up.
And then you see that in his pocket, and he goes, oh. He pulls a small silver pen out of this pocket and opens up this pocket just a little bit and sticks the end in and closes his eyes, and there's a flash of light, and inside just you and it goes to sleep.
Nap time.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you walk away. Which brings us to feedback. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You had walked away. That was it? Okay, cool. Feedback. You are trying to find the network, the infrastructure for the... Tell me what you're looking for.
The way I see it is the spindle's an island.
Yes,
I can't do anything on the island, but there's a dock connecting to it. I'm going to fuck around with the dock.
Okay.
And just kind of look for not necessarily connections to the spindle, but kind of vulnerabilities in that sort of area.
Okay.
That's really general. It's not.
That's all good. What you managed to find out is that everything is it is a complete separate island. So there's nothing but secondhand reports of people that have been and come back, mostly tradespeople. And what it's been is you go up the elevator, you walk into what feels like a prison, you put your stuff on the floor, your stuff gets searched, you get searched, you get bundled back into the elevator, and down you go. And that's it. Nobody gets beyond that first room.
Okay. I have access to most of the cams still, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'm looking for blind spots.
Okay.
I just sort of sit down on a park bench and kind of looks like I'm playing solitaire, but
once you're scanning
my
through the
eyes
cameras,
see a whole bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, you're scanning through all the available cameras, and you realize that there is a massive blind spot. It's really well designed. It's like casino design, right? The whole virtual space is designed to make you not look in one place, and when you look there, you can see it. So by it, I mean what you can't see. That entire end beyond that wall of haciendas, there's not a camera pointed at it from anywhere in here, and any of the cameras that you can control without causing somebody to see it will not focus on that. It will not turn to that end of the tube. They can look the other way towards the southern end, and you can see the the people doing the bike racing and the hang gliders and all that shit. But they simply will not let you look at the northern spindle.
What I'm going to try and do is, again, playing with the cameras, because that's kind of where I have my wheelhouse right now, is I'm looking for a place that doesn't necessarily look in that area, but kind of like it's in the background, right?
There's pictures of the hacienda area itself, and if you watch them long enough, you can see that there's actually several places where you see these doors like Jet saw open and close. There's more than one of those locations, but they seem like, now that what you know, somehow they've all got to get to the base of the elevator and then go up from there. And this elevator, by the way, because it's a curved surface, the elevator goes like that on the way up. So there's a lateral portion to the movement.
The Willy Wonka.
Yeah. With all that
I'm going to look for I'm going to
yeah.
look for a power substation, something that feeds the
end,
hacienda area.
Absolutely.
Because I know it, like the haciendas will probably be on, at best, a shared grid.
Well, the nice part with this information is, actually, give me a roll for this one. I didn't make you roll for anything yet. Give me your hacking, so 3. This is non-ice. This is about gathering.
I have a 6.
Okay. You realize you see you find a visual graph of the power use in the haciendas at the north end, and there's one sector that has an abnormally high usage, and you can sort of, from what you know of what else you can feel, there's something draining a huge amount of power from there. The only thing beyond that is the spindle.
Okay.
Because you don't know about the wire yet. You guys will have to put all this together when you get back together.
So I know that there's a
massive power drain that can only be going in one place. So yeah.
Okay.
But it appears to be only electricity, water, that sort of stuff.
Okay. So that's likely going to be our service hatch entrance, something.
Yeah, out of character, yes. Yeah,
yeah.
We put he's all these bits and pieces together.
Yeah, that's kind of like, this is where he's his thought process.
Perfect.
So he kind of marks that area, leaves a tracker just to kind of feed him the information in case there's fluctuations in that power level.
Okay.
And what those fluctuations look like.
I got you. The readings you get within a couple of seconds. There's, even though the draw is massive, there's only enough water going up for a family, maybe 7 or 8 people.
Okay, so either hydroid presence or there's not really that many people up there.
Draw from this what you will.
Okay. That's because it's not like I can fucking peek in there.
Nope, not yet. So I think this is the moment where I say, is there anything else you want to do before we start the run?
It's funny you should ask that. I have an itemized list of activities on my itinerary, and I would like to go through each one step by step.
Absolutely. Let me get a blank sheet of paper so I can keep up. What do you want to do?
Perfect. Number 1, everything.
Everything. Okay.
Number 2, start the run.
Okay.
All the rest
Excellent.
of the stuff.
Roll for number 1. Oh, take it out of context. You failed to pee. So
you got nothing done. Nothing done.
Yes.
All right, let's do this. You guys share all the information, I'm assuming. So you know where the power cord is. You know there's probably not more than 7 or 8 people up there, or they've got an alternate source of water. You know how to get to the elevator base. You know that the elevator base is guarded big time. With the information that you have, what? I should say, plan amongst yourselves.
Well, it sounds pretty clear like our best option is probably going to be those electrical cables. I know the ascent will be somewhat difficult, but I bet they have packed a few goodies to make that a little easier. The main thing we're going to need to do is be able to connect feedback to the network past the wall.
Mm. Okay.
Because
Well, funny you should say that. there's a bunch of wires back there.
oh well, there you go.
Because Jason definitely kind of tells everybody
Oh,
what he
yeah,
learned,
share
right? So
the
about the
all the
elevators, the
information.
staircases,
Yeah.
the snake, shares it all, especially for feedback. Because feedback's on the huge power draw. So he's like, yeah, there's this snake thing, it's a bunch of wires,
Yeah.
more
Wait,
articulate than I can say.
I'm going to
you know.
interject with what the kid told me about the hang gliders.
Ooh.
Maybe that would be the way out, but I
Possibly.
don't think we can hang glide to the wires that we need.
Yes.
He said we can get clear over to the wall.
Well, yeah,
Um,
but it's not.
And
getting-
then from there, we take the service entrance that completely bypasses the gate security.
Yeah.
So
Hang glide over the haciendas, get down behind that, and then climb the
Yeah.
wire, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to hack
Exactly.
the doors.
Oh yeah.
It's either that or hack the door, those doors that you've seen, and because I don't think you've got a third way past.
Mm-mm. I don't think so either. Just out of
Dig.
character, does anybody remember what type of capsules we have? Because if we really want to make Kevin's life miserable,
oh shit.
Yeah, you guys have all
we
those.
all have
got
like
I
a handful of
have-
these, like druggy capsule.
Oh
I
yeah.
have a yellow, a purple, and 2 blacks.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got all kinds
the
of drugs.
little
Yeah.
little stick-on
The
patches, the
derms,
stim
yeah.
patches,
I
thermal
took
patches.
2
Yeah.
yellows.
No, yellow, green, and 2 purples. That's what I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wrote
was,
them down.
I forgot.
It was a
to.
yellow, 2
That's-
reds, and a blue. And I've already taken one of the reds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Jason asked for similar ones to Jet, like the sleepy patches, right? Those are the sleepy patches, right?
The black ones are the
Oh yeah,
knockout patches.
and the pink
Oh,
one.
yeah,
That was
the black
pink
ones.
patch.
Yes,
that
Yeah.
calmed
Jason
me
has
down.
some black ones and a pink one, I believe.
You know what? I'm gonna drag everybody to my room,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna show them all the shit that I've got.
Yeah. All the gear. Yeah.
I've got like this huge. I've got a couple of mags set up with all these little narco jet darts.
Yeah.
2, I got 4 narco jet. Well, they're not narco. They're pistols. They're dart pistols.
Yeah.
All loaded up with narco jets. Like hand one to feedback. I had one to jet, and I've got 2 for myself. I've got a huge stack of slap patches that are sleepy time patches.
Ooh,
Yep.
Jay, if Moose is willing, Jay will take those because he can kind of
Yeah.
like flip, 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 slap, flip, slap, flip, slap.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to give you all of them. Keep
Yeah,
them
but yeah,
at
he'll take
least a
a
half
few
a
of
dozen
those.
for myself.
You've got you
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
plenty. All right.
Yeah, I've got lots of sleepy time stuff. I've got flash bangs and friggin' like
Oh yeah. You guys are
little mini flash bangs and stuff.
your bag of narrative necessity just happens to be a rucksack full of military gear. So yeah.
Yeah.
Moose was just like,
something
behold
Jets. Yes.
my stuff.
It's just all out on the tables.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
Pre-mission set. I get it. Yeah,
Does it
absolutely,
make
for
your
sure.
arsenal complete?
So
Nice.
Oh,
I
Okay.
don't feel like we're even gonna have to bother with these little capsules we were given. 'Cause I brought plenty of stuff.
yeah. So hang gliding.
Yeah.
Plan?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
guess.
I think we start the run with hang
And
gliding.
my favorite question: day or night?
Night. It's gonna have to be night.
And it's
Yeah, 'cause if we don't
what was
have
that,
night-
what was that term?
Recede.
1 hour before navigable twilight.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Combat time.
Oh,
There is no
yeah.
navigable twilight here because there's no twilight here. The lights come on and off.
Yeah.
Here, but still, yes. Night run it is.
What
Yeah.
I guess the first step we'll
Yes.
need in this too, if we're going, is feedback. We're going to need you to keep make sure there are no cameras sweeping the skies.
You've also
Or
got to
if
shut
there
off your
are-
bracelets before you go too. So
Yeah, that's
you got to
true,
hack
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
You
Moose
also,
doesn't have a
I'll give you this
problem.
because you guys had 2 days to check this plan out too.
Oh, yeah.
The
Also, I know how to
needless to
get
say,
in.
it's unsafe to hang glide at night, so the hang gliding place is closed, so you're gonna have to break in.
Perfect. Great.
Yeah. Guess what? I know how to get into. I can get into all that shit.
Yes.
I imagine, I'm gonna go before, like a couple hours before, and go through the back areas.
Yeah.
I want to find security, because
Okay.
that's where I assume one of these guys is going to be able to get in and deactivate or get into the security network and deactivate our bracelets.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
already got that.
We don't need to deactivate them even. I can take them off and leave them here. We can
Yeah.
strap them to
Yeah.
mini bots and have them move
You
around.
guys kind of
Mine's
defeated that.
still-
So yeah, yours is now still
still
in the
with-
lounge chair, passed out in the lounge chair, registering very, very high alcohol levels. Yeah, his ass is drunk.
The one that I got off the kid's going to get me in, like, anywhere.
Yeah.
Except
And-
behind the scenes, yeah, except beyond the
Yeah.
haciendas,
Yeah.
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 But it
Yeah.
will get you to
So-
it will get you into the back areas. I'll give you this. Yeah, you don't need to break in. You
Quick
got that?
question.
Yeah.
Who has the cooler? Let's not leave that behind, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So
It's definitely not
I'm
Jason.
also stashing some extra shit in the cooler. Oh no,
Oh.
I'm not.
No,
We're not
no,
allowed to
no,
open
no,
it.
Yeah, I was like,
no,
no, no, no, no.
Yeah.
he corrected
Moose
himself.
goes to stuff some beers in there, and everybody's like,
Yeah.
no.
He
Pulls out a horn. This is
multi-thousand
Yeah, I was gonna,
dollar
like, I was just gonna, like,
cryonics medical
throw-
grade cooler. Oh, that looks good for
To throw
beers.
some beers in there and a couple grenades and some friggin' snacks, some
don't
jerky
shake
in there.
that. Do not shake that.
What kind of grenades?
Beer and
Pyro.
grenades.
Yes.
Good old Willie
oh,
Pete.
Oh man. All right. So
Yeah, no, I'll take the cooler and just strap it on my
so with
back
that,
or whatever.
we head up in the darkness, loaded for bear, sneaking through. I'm gonna give you this. I'm just gonna turn this into a scene. You guys just imagine, if you will, this hotel, this rows and rows of hotels, and it's dark and people are just partying. Like the lights go out and all of a sudden it's like trigger to misbehave. They're just oomph, 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 and you walk to the next one and it's dan 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 dan, and it's just different. Every place is just rocking. Everybody here is partying as hard as they can. You guys are staying in staff areas around the back, and you can see staff running back and forth. A couple of them look at you. It's like they're just too busy to deal. They just go back to work.
As
Jason's
long as
probably
we know
dressed
we
in
look
a
like we know
staff
where we're
uniform.
going.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was that?
Jason's
So
probably
you-
like presenting. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I saw. Yeah, I heard
Go
that.
ahead,
part.
Mike.
I was gonna say, as long as it looks like we know where we're going, nobody's gonna
Exactly.
care.
Nobody's. Yeah, you're on the
We're-
job. You're the side
We're
of the
being
fence.
escorted by one of their own, and so
Yeah.
it's
Yes,
that person's
exactly.
problem.
Hard
and
It
to
just
not
looked like
theirs.
plainclothes
$25.99, yeah.
security just by nature.
It's actually only 2050 in this game, so yeah, party like it's 2049. Yeah, it's fun how that song turned from a prophecy of the future to a classic. Oh man. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, it was a classic. 1999. The year was not a classic, but the song was. Anyway, that's with that. You guys, because you're behind the scenes, yeah, you work your way all the way up here, and you get to the, you get into the hang glider place. The only thing I want to talk about on the way here is, you get, like, when you get to the bottom of the flat part and you get through staff entrances into the area that curved up to the south spindle, as you start to climb those stairs at that end, because it is stairs because you're in the back, they don't have elevators for staff, everything gets lighter. You start to feel like you weigh less and less. You're going to go from 1G to like 0.1 G in about 900 meters, so half a mile. Climbing up this, it starts off as stairs, and you see as it goes along, it starts as stairs and then turns into a ladder. The staff part does. The other people get in through an elevator around the end, but yeah. We're heading up. Yeah.
Halfway. I'm gonna be like just like pulling and throwing myself up.
As you get to the top of the stair part, actually, I need all of you to give me a save. Let's do 2 dice. This is
Well, I have a question. Can Jason just go into his ball and?
Yes. I still need this save though because you're not used to operating at 0G.
Yes.
Anymore
Yeah. Oh
than
yeah.
they are, so
Nope.
2 dice.
1 success, or did you roll a 1?
One success. One success.
Okay.
Oh.
And some no's.
2 6s.
2 6s. Okay. Perfect.
1
2
to 2.
2s.
2 2s and okay, perfect. Yeah, this
feedback
works
is
so
not
well.
good.
Jet, you got this. Like you're like, ooh, the gravity's getting lighter. I better sort of get in here and get safe, right? Ding, 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 ding. You're fine. These two bounce off the stairs. You try to hover, but like your regular hover mode is too strong here, and you start floating up too high. Feedback. You just
Feedback's
climb
just
your way right
squeamish.
off the stairs, and your feet are just flailing in the wind. Moose.
Well,
Just grab them.
Moose, yeah, you're just like, poof, poof, and you just keep pushing with your feet and doing the hop up the stairs as you
I've
slowly
been
bring them
trained,
in.
man.
Yeah.
I've been trained.
Yeah.
If nothing
Oh,
else,
yeah,
I
that
can
night
grab
one.
Jason, throw him in my pocket, and grab feedback, and just throw myself up the stairs with one
Shoulder,
hand.
you even got feedback by the ankle because at this point he's upside down.
Yeah, throwing up into the darkness.
No, because Jet would be at the bottom of that.
Yeah.
No,
No,
zero
no.
G. Zero vomit.
So, this is one of those moments where in the movie or when they tell the story about this great and heroic run, they'll skip this part. It was a little clumsy, but you get up there to the place. Now this is where it starts getting weird because you walk into this. I mean, everything here is a room. There's no open space except for the center tube. So you're in this huge room, and it's just like it's full of bats. There's all these gliders. They're not very big. They're only sort of 6 to 8 meters across because they fly in low G, right? So it's like they're all just sort of leaning on their little stands in the darkness. There's a bit of a breeze in here, so every once in a while, one of them sort of these little carbon fiber wings moving. They're also smart gliders, so once they're flying, they change shape and they'll spread out as you get into higher G, as you get lower to provide more lift. So there's kind of the programs are running for that in the background. So every once in a while you see it runs sort of a test program.
Sweet. Just start strapping in.
Wait. Jake's gonna be like, all right, first, I want to check and make sure that they don't have individual tracking on them, because we don't want somebody to go, hey, that place is closed and there are 4 gliders halfway to the haciendas.
There is good. I'll give you this one for free because that was a good idea. There is a little place on them where there would be a red light lit, but you kind of look behind you and the office where they rent them is all powered down, and in there you see a whole row of red lights that aren't lit. So because they've locked the doors, they don't track them except during operating hours.
Okay, good. Just checking.
Huge security liability, but that's beyond the point.
Yeah, well, you know how it is.
This whole
We
place
pay
is a
big security for the
security
front gate. Nobody will ever go around it. So you know how this. Yeah, this is corpse think, right?
What
Remember,
we're
this
gonna
whole-
do
this
is
whole
we're
thing
going
is-
to build a wall.
This whole thing's kind of dirty anyway because it's all just a money laundering thing. So when you get behind
That's true.
the walls here, it's cheap and shoddy and shitty and yeah.
I used to work at that hotel. I know exactly what it's like.
I used to work at all these hotels, yeah. Yep. There's security.
Really
is shit,
shiny
yeah.
out front.
Yeah. Well, this isn't where the
Polished
boss
turd.
lives, so security is shit. And besides, what kind of a maniac, other than a drunk maniac, and they're covered by insurance, what kind of a maniac would steal a glider in a place you can't get away from? Anyway, the 4 of you are stealing gliders in a place you can't get away from.
My kind of maniac.
The 4 of you, who's I just want to know the order. Who's launching first?
Moose is gonna have to push feedback, so
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is all that going last.
Yeah, Jet's gonna go. Jet will go first,
Okay, Jet.
so they can kind of keep feedback.
Okay.
uh,
Then
And like
for
I
that-
said,
against his will.
I will willingly pocket Jason.
And Moose
if
and Jason,
that
you gonna
is-
fly or pocket? Okay, fly.
Jason's gonna pocket it.
Okay.
He'll be in a pocket.
Perfect. So, boom. And off you go. Boom, boom. Actually, boom, boom, in that order. And head off into the darkness. The 3 pilots, I need rolls. Cabela's. It's worse than that. It's I wanted to call it Electronics Boutique. GameStop, that's what you call it. The big thingies at the door don't have the guts in them. Like they don't measure anything. Never mind. I didn't tell you that.
The one that I worked at, they worked.
Did they? Yeah. Okay.
Just a lot of the stuff didn't have any tags.
Oh, there you go. That
Yeah.
works too. Yeah. Security system works, but you only use half of it. So yes. So.
It
with
beeped
that-
more often with people walking in than it did with people walking
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Which is bad because like they didn't bring shit in there and leave it there. So our 3 pilots, I need 2 dice because unless you could tell me why you would be a master of hang gliding in low G.
Three
I
and a
couldn't
4.
really say anything other than military training. Maybe.
Yeah, I gave you the low G for that. I'm not going to give you a
Yeah.
hang gliding low G.
All right.
You're not special farces.
Special farces.
I still got 1 success,
Guys,
anyways.
actually, special farces would be a great name for a group. in a
Double
video game.
6s, so I'm Top Gunning this thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you got double 6s. What did you get, Moose?
I got a 5 and a 3.
A success. Okay, and
3 and a
feedback?
4.
3 and a 4. Okay.
Can I give one of my successes to feedback?
No, I have a better idea. I don't usually say this,
Oh,
but
no.
no, I have a better idea. You guys go heading down the length, and this is a weird place because the light's gone out now. So you're flying sort of down the axis of this tube. So you're flying down the middle of a round city. No matter where you look, it's down. Like every direction is looking down buildings at a street. There's almost no gravity where you are. You're flying along next to this little tiny 2mm wire that you can't even see in the darkness. There's like everything below you is lit. No matter where you look, there's only a few dark spots, and you can tell those are the staff locations, right?
Never works out.
You're going to be competent. We're going to get to your stuff soon. But as you fly the length of this, it's like flying down a tube of Mardi Gras. There's the sentence I'm looking for. And no matter where you look, people are taking off their tops and trading flowers for favors and drinking and gambling and just getting drunk and throwing up and getting drunk some more afterwards and acting like idiots and spending all their money. Exactly what you'd expect. But from this high up, I imagine it's kind of like watching a movie on a really weird round screen. But you keep flying. Yeah.
The Omnimax in Vancouver.
The Omnimax,
It's
yes.
270-degree
Yep.
screen.
Basically, no
It's a
matter where
dome.
you look, there's stuff going on. Jet, you get this shallow dive just right. You've got this covered with height to spare. You're going to be able to clear the haciendas, and then you're going to have to sort of weave to get down. You did this so well. But because you're up that high, as you get further along and further along, you can kind of see, as you approach in the darkness, that there's a series of drones flying around the turret, or like the building at the end, where the wires and everything goes into that center, the spindle. There's a couple of drones flying around in the 0G. Just pss, 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 pss. You don't know if they're security or what they're doing, but there's a few of them up high.
Let's see. We weren't. Did I mistake something? We weren't going to try and fly this over the wall at the north end, like that would go over the gate, right? We were just taking this to the wall.
As I understood it, you were just going to fly just past the haciendas and then climb the wire. Right? Was that not the plan?
Yeah, we were trying to
Yeah.
bypass the gate entirely
Yeah.
using the gliders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
getting to the catwalks up higher or whatever that were. It's like stairs behind
the stairs,
the
yeah,
gate.
against the end. Was
We're
that?
trying to get up to the.
Did that make sense? Like you were
The
just
Yeah.
umbilical
Makes sense,
cord.
okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can easily clear that wall. This way, you didn't have to go through those tunnels. that walled the hacienda, right? So you clear that with room to spare, and you see these drones up there. As you get closer, give me 2 days.
2 days.
It's a regular thing. This, unless you're particularly perceptive.
No, I think I'm. Am I?
Damn, we're using traits.
Persevious.
Sorry, we're playing a game. Sorry, we were just telling a story up
Persevious.
until now. We're gonna pretend we're playing a game.
Didn't come here to be attacked, but
George of the Jungle. Not quite. Close.
actually, I am perceptive.
Okay, that's
It does-
what I
do
knew
have the
somebody
trait
was.
Jet has the trait perceptive.
So 3 dice, if you please.
Okay. 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6, 2 successes.
Hey.
You
I'm gonna have to
see-
enshrine these 3 dice. I've
I've
been putting in the
you
work.
see, if they're just sweating, I got 1 more 5 in me, man. I got 1 more 5.
Don't you fail me now.
You see, you kind of zoom in a little bit, and you see that these drones, instead of being security, they seem to be doing exactly the opposite. They're flying up to the windows of this tower and like buzzing the windows. They're banging against the metal casing around it, and you can see people inside looking out, and then bang, 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 bang. They kind of jump back. There's a whole group of little drones attacking the central. No, oh, I see where. Okay, I see where the communication breakdown happened. You guys are going to go over this wall, go up the staircase to this bubble that I'm talking about, this center thing in the at the spindle. So that's where the drones are. You guys are just flying over this wall to land and then climb up.
Yep.
So yes. So it looks for all the world, because you got multiple successes, 3 successes. It looks for all the world like they're distracting the guards.
Well, that's
I'm seeing moths.
Perfect.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
with
Drone
intent.
moths.
Like moths that know which way you're looking, so they're always behind you, banging on the glass. Going, I'm over here banging on the glass. No, I'm gone. And I'm over here banging on the glass now. Yeah.
I'm just gonna make sure, just radio in, let everybody know.
Yeah.
Hey guys, looks like I don't know if somebody's on our side or we've got somebody else trying to steal things, or if this is entirely unrelated, but we've got a little more cover.
With that,
I can see a bunch of the kids with friggin' remote controls down there going.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Vent kids with no time, with nothing but spare time on their hands because they're not old enough for jobs yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, with that, you clear the wall and drop down and find a nice landing place. And as you land, you step off right at the base of one of these flights of stairs. Next was feedback. You didn't do so well. You lost a lot of altitude. You're kind of like, and then you're like, by halfway down, you're nauseous. And it's like,
If it had wheels, I'd be fine. But
And, like,
no,
there's-
this one has blood.
Plus, you know,
No.
all the anti-grav or the gravel that you took earlier to keep yourself from being sick is starting to wear
Anti-gravel?
off. Yeah, anti-gravel. That's what the vision is. You're surrounded by city. Every direction is down. There is no down. You're all but 0G. Trying to fly this stupid airplane, and you see the haciendas coming. And it's like, nope, there's no way. There is no way I'm getting over this. And you pull up just because, like every plane crash ever, you just possibly you pull up and you just start to come in, and you're just about to stall. Your feet, like you're doing the and they hit the last house. Your feet are hitting those stone tiles, and you kind of run up the house and off the back of it. But at this point, there is no lift and no forward speed. You go nose first into a chimney, and you look like some kind of weird broken Santa Claus with your legs and your ass sticking out of a chimney. The glider shattered and broken down the backside of this building. Moose, you see that ahead of you as you fly over.
It's like a paper airplane, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Just feedback to the
I'm gonna
Almost
try to
looks like I
land as
make
close
it.
as I can to him.
Give me another roll, just 2 days. See if you can land on this roof.
It's so dark in here now. I forgot to turn the light on. Oh, 5 and a 1.
All right. You managed to pull up and land on the roof and pull him out. You are going to have to climb. The two of you are going to have to climb down the back of these buildings now. But at least, again, you're still at 1G here because you're down at the ground level again, at least. But yeah, just so it's easy enough. But the two of you are forced to climb down, leaving the wreckage of two gliders up on the roof. You get to the bottom of the stairs. Jason, do you come out at this point? No, they're not flying anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
Or are you
yeah,
gonna stay and let
they're
them
not
climb
flying.
too?
No, no. Jason will come out. He's not gonna leave these guys to do all the hard work. You know,
All right.
he'll come out and he'll kind of like, I mean, he was in Moose's pocket, so he didn't really know what happened, but he'll come out and
Yeah.
like again that like slow blink.
Yeah.
What happened?
All
I'm
right.
not-
Like they're not where they're supposed to be. It's just
And
like
Jet's over there like, guys.
Yeah.
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 So
Feedback.
eventually they come and you guys meet at the bottom of the stairs. Sorry, feedback. What?
Yeah, feedback is like, I'm not good at this.
The meat. It's too much about the meat, right? You're good in the E world. You don't want to be running
Yeah.
around in the meat. But
Much
it's
happier back at the thing in a bucket of ice.
It's the meat that has to climb these stairs now. A kilometer-long stairway turning into a ladder. You're all fit and/or don't tire. But what I do need is, as you head up, not only is gravity dropping off, but so you realize is the Coriolis effect. Because you're getting closer to the spinning object, there's not as much lateral momentum to your actual movement. So as you're getting closer, you feel like you're falling up off one side of the staircase. And it gets even worse when you get to the ladder because you're climbing the ladder and your body wants to do that. So I need just a one die for feedback because you're already kind of halfway there. The other two of you 2d6 save to see just against the weirdness. You're not going to fall off. It's just what it's going to do to you.
4.
Nope. Yeah, your feet start to drift off, and pretty soon you're like, it's low G, so you can do this, but it's like your body won't listen anymore, and only you're just hand. Your world is this big now, right? I mean, you're gonna fall
After
off.
a while, you start hearing him say that, just muttering into the throat mics.
Yeah. There's just enough gravity that you know if you miss one of these, it's going to be the longest, slowest fall to your death in history because you're going to speed up as you go. And end up way over there because of the Coriolis effect. So you're going to be sick by the time you get there too. So yeah, hand, you make it up. The rest of you, everybody was good?
Yes.
A 1 and a 6.
So
Hey, that was the same thing ever.
You all get to the top. And there's this foam, like this insulating foam that you're going to have to cut away to get in. But again, it's easy. There's nobody watching, nobody see you. As you get closer, you can see more and more drones are pounding against the glass on this because you guys are at the base of this building. It's weird because you just climbed up into 0G and now this building's sticking out straight sideways into 0G. You guys are right at the base of it. And the whole front of it now, there's dozens and dozens of drones, all different colors and shapes and sizes, just banging on the glass. Jet, you were going to say something?
I was just going to say, cutting through the foam's no problem.
Yeah, and you guys cut your way in. You find yourselves in a concrete room. This is 0G concrete room, so it doesn't have to have any specific shape. This particular one, because it's outside, is flat on this wall, and the other side's kind of a hemisphere. At the very far end of it, there's a port.
Anything else in this room? Like
it's like raw concrete. Like nobody's supposed to come in here. This wire comes in here and just goes across this big open space and through another foam packed hole in the wall deeper into what you assume is probably the power and water station somewhere in this base.
So Jason has
you are all at 0G right now. I cannot say this enough times.
I'm just hand over handing along the cables.
Oh, good.
Pull myself to the other end.
To the door. Perfect.
Yep.
You look into the door, it's an airlock. You can see the tiny portal. There's a portal on the other side, and beyond that, it opens into a brightly lit room. From 2 windows away, you can't see it.
Is there an O2 warning? on inside the thing? Like, is it vacuum on the other side of the
Oh,
airlock?
okay. Hack in there and find out. There is a little panel here. It is
Alrighty.
still. This is the first thing you find out without even having to hack into it is this is not connected to the inside either. You can't hack inside from this panel. This only goes as far as the other side of this door.
Okay. Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. You can tell from looking through the window that it's there's pressure in there because the light's flashing green and it says pressure inside, but you can't figure out how to hack the door from this side. There is a physical thing to open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
yeah,
gonna give her.
he just sort of looks as like, we can open the door, but I don't know if there's air on the other side. Maybe we should
Well, here's how I found out.
Moose spins it. You kind of give me. You're good at stuff. Give me 3 dice. I want to see if this. I'm not gonna tell you what it's for until after you roll.
2 successes.
2 successes. You remember at the last second that you're at 0G and you lock a knee through one of the ladder steps before you go. Otherwise, you would just go like a poorly planned propeller. But you brace a leg and it opens up. There is air. There's only that slight little pressure differential before you step in. Float in. Step is the wrong word.
Well, I meant like on the other side of the airlock because you said there was 2 doors.
Yeah, you can't see through the second one until you get inside this part.
Well, usually on airlocks they tell you, like it'll say.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's green lights.
No
so yes, there is atmosphere beyond that, but there's a bright light blowing through that you can't see.
Okay.
You can't see in until you're in here. So the 4 of you step in.
It's more like a clean room.
Yeah,
airlock.
it's literally
than a pressure.
Yeah, rather than pressure. Yeah, good point. I get your point. Yeah, airlock. Yeah, it is just to seal off a space rather than to seal space from elsewhere.
Yeah,
I completely get your point. Yeah,
check. Does the the little wheelie thing, is it on both sides?
It is. Yeah.
I just want. All right.
Yeah, so you can get out. Yes, very good. Like you've played with me before. Yes, you can get out. The 4 of you go in. You don't even have to. You can choose to close the door behind you. You won't be able to open the next one. But if you don't close that door behind you, then nobody can open the door ahead of you because that's how airlocks work.
Yep.
So I'm just going to leave this one open while somebody who's going to go have a look.
And Mr. Persevious.
Jason doesn't need to breathe.
Yeah, exactly. Like Jason doesn't need to breathe.
That pause was so gratifying as a GM. Who wants to do something completely mundane and everybody goes.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking, who wants to go look?
Yeah.
Hey, guy with perception.
Guy. Yeah. Would you like to go and have a look, Jet?
You know what? Why not?
So
let Jet, the person who has lungs and needs oxygen to survive, but notices things good.
You don't have to open it. There's a window. Like you can look through the bright window.
The door is open.
Yeah,
You're just looking to see what you can see.
I trust nothing when it comes to you.
Yes. So you go into the airlock
like
and split the length and look through the other window first?
Yes.
Before you open the door? Okay.
Yeah.
You look
get some glare resistant lenses on the goggles.
Yeah, easy. Just polarize the lenses and rotate till the polarization is the same as the window. Yeah, it's all good. You see it's again, it's 0 gravity, but in the center of this room there's a huge heavy wooden table. It's got an inset square center that's probably 2 meters on a side and it's covered in felt. Around that, it's an octagon. It's 8 sides. And around that, there's a tray that runs all the way around the outside, also covered in felt. On that table, there's a map that's been pinned down because it's 0G. The whole table is like floating around the room, bouncing off the walls. There's pieces that are magnetically held to it. There's pieces that are not held and are floating off. None of the pieces make sense. Like some of them are little soldiers. Some of them are pawns. Some of them are little books, just anything you can imagine. One of them's a stapler. All around the room on the walls, there's rules for games carved in the walls and scratched out and written again underneath. And the whole room is just full of these tiny floating game pieces just pinging off the walls. A couple of them are gathered up against the vents as they try and draw the air out of the room. And also floating around this room with their back to you at the moment, this scrawny guy wearing a dressing gown. You're just hoping he doesn't like float up so you can see underneath it, but it's just like a dressing gown and bunny slippers. And you can see through the glass, he's gesticulating wildly and moving pieces, and he puts a piece down and turns away, and like it looks like he's talking to somebody that isn't there, and the piece just floats up off the map and floats away, and he turns around and he's clearly involved in a very complicated game that only he knows the rules to. It's also clearly gone, like mentally round the twist.
When you
Well,
pound
then
the
I've gotta-
rules to Calvin Ball too long, bad
As
things
he
happen.
rolls and drifts over and above the table and down on the other side, you see his face for the first time. His head is shaved. His beard is purple. And his eyes are just wildly staring down at this game. He has handfuls of dice in each hand. And he's screaming something about, "May the gods be with this roll."
Throws the
Nah.
dice and they start picking around the room.
Oh, yeah.
Is he
Beautiful.
playing D&D?
He goes, and D20s, D12s, D10s, D100s, a D3.14. You know, they just ding. They're bouncing all around the room, and he's just buried in this this rain, this shower of dice. And he starts to
Well,
giggle and laugh.
I got a new gameplay for him to play.
And as you
So,
reach
A
for
game
the
called
handles-
Take a Much Needed Nap.
So I'm going to close the door behind us.
You know,
Tunk. And as you reach and turn that door in front of you, Jet, we'll drop the curtain on this evening. So you got a whole week to think about my self-insert and what you're going to do to me in there. Yeah.
Oh, I know what I'm going to do.
What a vision that is, too. Just to throw the dice there.
That was beautiful. Thank you. That was way better than just the muttering and screaming that I had in mind. Yeah. That image, like it's like a dice globe. It's like a snow globe, but make with dice. You shake it up and then ding, 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 ding. But at the end, you have to wait. It's like a snow globe, you get bored, right? But at the dice globe, you have to wait because you have to see if you rolled any 20s. So yeah.
So all you hear on the inside is just the endless clacking of dice.
no wonder,
yes, I
no
mean,
wonder
there's-
it's crazy.
there's-
No
there's-
way.
There's metal dice, and there's polymer dice, and there's traditional plastic dice. You know, lots of dice flying around this room. Plus, like I said, game pieces from every game you can ever imagine. So, steal his slippers. You don't steal my bunny slippers. You can take.
You sunk my Scrabble ship.
Yep. That's perfect. Yep. Somewhere between.
Perfect note to end on.
It's like Einstein and Ralph, right? Ralph Wiggum. Yeah. Perfect. Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you guys so much. I am so glad we're taking our time on this mission.
Yep.
For those of you that don't know, this is a William Gibson mission from the book Neuromancer. That's how I pitched it on Twitter, and a lot of people went, "Ooh!" So I hope they showed up and watched because I was so into it tonight. I hardly looked to see. And a 3D printer in the back making more dice, but they're at 0G, so they're all wonky. But yes, I had a blast tonight, and we're going to play this one out, and I'm looking forward to it. The actual in the core run starts next week, so we'll see how it goes. Until then, many thank yous are in order. Thank you to William Gibson. This one's Neuromancer. For the fans, I'm trying to figure out how to do Spook Country, but I think that's a two-person alternating person on alternating weeks one, like one-shot one-on-ones, I think, because it's got two very distinct storylines. Anyway, that's burbling around, though, believe me. So, yes, until next time, we're going to do some stuff at the end, but thank yous first. Thank you to Bison. Thank you so much for bringing these characters. Always a blast. Thank you to Roosbar, thank you to Mana Queen, and thank you to Bat Kyle. Always fun, always interesting. Every single one of you did something I wasn't expecting tonight. It was brilliant. Thank you. That makes my game fun. So thank you for doing all of that. Thank you to chat. You guys were very active tonight, and it's so nice to see especially because I know at least Winnie is kind of a little bit under the weather. So I appreciate you showing up, and I hope we made you laugh a little bit, and I hope we made you had fun, and I hope we distracted you a little bit too. And then all the people on YouTube's in the future, thank you for watching all the way here. Please hit the like button, and also please hit the little bell, because I did it again today. I posted like a whole bunch of crap all in one day, and I didn't tell anybody. So there's a whole bunch of new stuff on YouTube, and nobody knows. So go over and see what you missed, and then hit that notification button so you don't miss any more. Clicky likey, yes. Other than that, we got some stuff coming up that I want to talk about quickly before we head out here tonight. Tomorrow night is our closing. Pop to the Discord to keep up. Thank you very much, Thunderscape. But we've got a whole bunch of stuff coming up here. Tomorrow night is our What Happens Next night for the World at Large, as we put a bow on that one. Monday night, we're playing You Awaken in a Strange Place, which is a great fun, wonderful game. And then starting next week, we've got stuff, all kinds of stuff. I don't want to say any dates, but we've got 2 campaigns starting within the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned. Go to the Discord. That's the place to keep up. And we will be announcing these start dates very, very soon, with many, many, many more to come. Plus lots of one-shots and other interesting stuff. So, with that, and before I bore the tears off the rest of you that are still here, thanks all around. And until next time, please keep being nice to each other. Good night.
Bye.